Urn of Shadows, though. Our opponent's so intimidated before the game's even started. Oh, synergy! Yes, guys, what's going on? It's Speci here, and today I have a very special video, and I have to shout out my friend Fuchsia Briefs. If you don't know him, very sick YouTuber who recently posted a video where he got like 5 of these Weavus's incantations, and he's inspired me to try something similar. I'm not going all in on this tactic. I'm really thinking this could be a competitive deck. I've been a big fan of Idarran with Caranthea, and previously I've had videos where I've used Beast. I've also tried She-Troll. I've tried various different things, honestly, but Incantation has got quite a lot of support this most recent patch with some of the Deathwish cards. Now, what you do, you have Idarran down on the board, and you use a Carapace Leader Charge on him to protect him, and then you go Caranthea into Incantation, and then you're going to get 2 Incantations straight away. You could then play a 3rd from hand. However, there's also the fantastic option on the Beast. This is almost better in a lot of situations to just go Caranthea onto Beast. If you're sat behind a defender, that is incredibly difficult to deal with because we can get 3 Beasts down at once. Now, there is way to get more because you can play Renew and things like that. I'm not going to go all in on that strategy with this one. It is definitely a consideration. Like, Renew is genuinely really good in this deck because you can Renew Cave Troll as well for a second defender. So Renew definitely a consideration. It's not something I've gone for in the initial build though. So obviously with Incantation, we're going to want lots of Deathwish cards, so Haunt is going to make a lot of sense. And another thing to consider with Haunt is Idarran is also going to be spawning a Banshee, a Barghost, and a 1 Strength Night Wraith, which is pretty great. We definitely need to be very wary of over-swarming with this deck with Idarran as well, though. So we're going to be playing an Neuromancy as well as this Urn of Shadows, which is now the best stratagem in the game, in theory, because this can be a 6-point stratagem when combined with the newly buffed Harpy Egg. This Harpy Egg is absolutely nuts. It is a Deathwish card. We saw it in my Rat King deck. Comes in at 3, but obviously if you consume it, you're then getting 6 more points and 9 points. It means our Urn of Shadows on the Harpy Egg is worth 6. And it also means that Abaya, the Water Hag, is a unbelievably good card, coming in at 10 points with 4-point Thrive, which is a really nice Thrive. It's not like it's a 10-point Thrive card. It's a 10-point Thrive. Thrive. I can't speak. I'm illiterate. But yeah, banger little combo. Obviously, we're going to be playing a couple of our Andrega Lavas as well. No surprises there. And what are the other cards we're going to be looking at? Well, we could go for things like Heatwave and such. Obviously, we're going to need to add in some Deathwish cards. But we've decided also Ritual Sacrifice could be an option. Going to probably test it, but we think this might be a little bit too win more. Like, it's really good when we're winning and it's really bad when we're losing. Ciri Dash, however, is the most broken card in the game, in my opinion. I am highly considering doing a petition to delete Ciri Dash, or at least give her a significant nerf, maybe with Adrenaline, someone suggested. I think that could go a long way. But this card is super oppressive, and the best leader for it is Carapace, so why would we not use this card, right? Like, we can just completely abuse the game with this card and win games for free if our opponent doesn't have an answer. It's the most frustrating card to play against for me, so I'm going to be using it in my deck as well. It makes sense. Could go for a Heatwave. However, the logic is, instead of Heatwave, we've got the Maruna and the Manticore combo. So what we can do with our Maruna and our Manticore, when I can find him, is if we've got Incantations down, or even just 1 on the board, we play the Maruna, and it's then going to seize something instantly. We can consume it, seize another thing. Obviously, if we've got 3 Incantations down on the board, then we have got the potential of seizing 3 at the same time, and then we could Manticore, kill their 3 lowest units. We can then consume them both, and, you know, by that point, hopefully we've wiped our opponent's board. So who needs Heatwave when you've got this wacky combo, right? So definitely makes sense to invest in these higher end Deathwish cards with this Incantation. Now, obviously, we're not playing Overwhelming Hunger as the lead ability, so we are going to need to fit in a lot of consume cards. And the best consume card of all in this particular one is the Harpy. I'm really excited to get this combo off. It's something I've been wanting to do for the last month or so. 2 months really since Idarran came out, which is this Harpy bonded ability with Idarran. It just became even better with the buff to the Harpy Egg. So our first Harpy just plays as 5 with a consume, but then our second Harpy plays as a consume, and obviously consumes are great, but also it's going to spawn a Harpy Egg. So the Harpy Egg obviously playing for for 9. So basically it's 19 points with 2 consumes, which is really good. However, if we also have Idarran down on the board, we are going to spawn an extra 1 strength Harpy Egg, which is another 7 points. That's 24 points, I think. 27 points? Wait. So 10 points plus 9, that's 19, plus a 1 strength harpy egg. 26 points! I got there eventually. 26 points on these two cards with 2 consumes, and consumes are going to be super relevant in this deck because we're not playing Overwhelming Hunger. We are playing Carapace. We have also got room for 1 Bargeist. I would like to include 2 Bargeists, truth be told, but just the provisions mean we're going to have to stuff in a lot of 4s. Now in at 4, no surprises, we've got Foglets. I've also got a couple of Indrega Warriors, just a great consume that's cheap. And finally, controversially, I'm playing Double Bridge Troll. This card recently got buffed. Now, this has some severe downsides in that it's going to buff our tallest unit. However, it is an 8-point card that has the Deathwish tag for 4 provisions. So obviously, combined with Incantation, it's just going to hit the board at 12. At 8, even without consuming it. Also, it gives our urn a little bit more consistency. And finally, probably most importantly, the synergy this potentially has with Dash is really quite nice. If we play Dash into Leader Charge on our first turn and our opponent's trying to damage it down, rather than playing Pacts and things like this, we could play a Bridge Troll and use our Urn of Shadows to hopefully buff our Dash up. So there's a little bit of cute things we could do. Also, we could try and protect our defender. But certainly this card is going to be awkward in a lot of situations. But it is important to remember as well that what we don't want from our Bronze Deathwish cards is spawning. Because what this deck is going to do is overswarm significantly if our Idarran sticks. So if we're playing things like Night Wraiths and the like, we are going to overswarm pretty significantly. So Night Wraiths are kind of just off. And Indrega Eggs, not really going to be too much of an option because they're just going to prove to be really bad in our turns that we are using Idarran because we're not going to want to consume them. Let's not forget as well, our Haunt spawns a 1 strength Banshee, a 1 strength Bargeist, and finally a 1 strength Night Wraith as well. So this Night Wraith, plus the Night Wraith Haunt spawns, that's already a lot of swarming, particularly when you add in the Idarran as well. So really not wanting more spawning cards, if we can help it. 1 more 4 left. I've gone for a Squirrel. Honestly, there's a few options. You might just want to go for a single Natural Selection. I could definitely see the reasoning there. Also, like a single Pact could be nice as well to try and protect our engines. I could also see the logic there. Finally, a Squirrel, Fortune Teller, even like a Wild Hunt Hound as just an engine could be decent. However, in fact, rather than the Squirrel, what I actually did go for is the Necker. I think a one-off Necker is just really nice. If your opponent can't answer it easily, like this card can just go through the roof in points. Also, something to consider that we could do, we could go for Idarran first and then go for the Necker, then go for the Lava, and then we'd get 3 of them. So that's kind of cool too. So I've gone for 1 Necker. Definitely want to consider maybe going for a Squirrel, maybe a Pact, maybe even a Natural Selection as well. Definitely options in there. So let's get on with this deck, see how bad it is. I honestly think it's got legs. I do. Some of the other cards we want to consider, including a Rot Fiend would be really nice. This card recently got buffed to 5 base power. But obviously the fact that I've not got 2 Bargeists, I don't think we can quite fit this in. Second Bargeist would be great. Also, this card is pretty interesting now. It got buffed as well. I think maybe it's just the Harpy Egg that got buffed. So this on a Harpy Egg plays as a 9. So definitely a consideration to go for this as well. But I think with the fact we're playing Incantation, it makes sense to prioritize Deathwish cards. If we just look at the other Deathwish cards, we might want to consider as well. Were-Rat is one that jumps out. Were-Cat, rather. The reason I've not gone for this is Maruna sort of does a similar job to the Were-Cat, and I couldn't afford it. Definitely would not mind playing this card. Added to that, Katakan's honestly not that bad anymore. It has a little bit of synergy with our wonderful Idarran as well. And also Penitent could be kind of cool. We could play Penitent and then it would summon like Beast Manticore from the deck. If Idarran was 7 provisions, I would definitely be playing this card, I think. But yeah, this is the deck I'm going for. We might tweak it a little bit. Obviously, check the deck link in the description for the most updated version. Let's get into some games. I'm very excited. Okay, our first matchup is against Precision Strike. We are going second. They have a Crystal Skull, which maybe suggests it's engines over Shiru and like Madok and that. We have double Lava. I think the Necker could probably go in this one. I think it's going to be bad if it is in fact engines. We do have the Foglet. Obviously we've got a few consumes. Harpy Egg. I could see us just losing a Lava, honestly. I could be tempted to go Cave Troll Dash. So Caranthea options are Beast, Idarran also, though, like on a Harpy egg, it's not that bad. We actually do see the Tiger come down, which kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting that. I guess we don't really want to be investing our Cave Troll Siri Dash. This is where like a renew would come in as well. We could say, yeah, let's just play our Defender now. Like, who cares? I can renew it, right? So we've got the option of trying to abuse Dash. I think in this matchup, though, like, it makes sense to just not kind of... Obviously, this Dragoon does pose quite a big threat to our lavas here. Nothing we can actually do about it. We can't play in both rows. But I think there's no point of playing Dash, honestly. Like, she's just going to die. And I don't want to invest my Defender. I think it's going to be super relevant in this one. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go for a Harpy Egg here. What Dash does do, though, is it incentivizes them to kill Dash over killing the lava. But they kill Dash, and then I've still got my lavas in like the opposite rows, right? So I don't really like the idea of that. But if we had like an incantation in this hand, it would just be awkward and clunky, right? We wouldn't actually want it. It's not like we've got a million Deathwish cards. We do have a lot, but we don't have like a whole deck filled with them. I think the incantation is just going to be too greedy. Heatwave also could be an option instead of this Dash. If we find that we don't want to invest Defender, like, is there really much point in having Dash? Maybe not. Right?
Leaks in town. Get him here.
Okay, Pavko comes in. That's kind of interesting. So we could go for Beast here on the Thrive curve. It's probably just going to die though, right? They also didn't click their Tiger. Like, I don't think we're really going to win this round with the Tiger, with the Pavko down. Maybe we could though. I think we just like don't really invest anything at this point. So I can go Foglet into Abia, right? Now, obviously, what I would like to have done is had my Indraga Warrior and Foglet next to each other. Sorry, my Foglet and Harpy Egg next to each other so we could consume both. But I guess we could also just go Bargeist instead, right? They take a Thunder, which is kind of surprising. I remember to flip the Tiger this time. Go for Abia. We could go for the Foglet, I guess. We always go for Foglet. Because the Foglet's Deathwish only triggers once, right? Whereas this is going to trigger multiple times. Like, once we've thinned the Foglet, we can't thin it again. But you can see the points this deck has already, right? Just getting a lot of points in early. Even without playing the Beast, without playing Siri. In other matchups, Siri could be a real possibility. Moondust comes in an Abia. Madoc in hand or no Madoc? Who knows? Okay, we are ahead on 4 points. Bit of an awkward hand state. Maybe we could have just gone for Dash to lead off with, right? Gone for it. See what they do. It was probably just going to get answered though. Does make sense to hold, I think. Okay, so we get a leader charge from them here, which is really nice. We all just take this this warrior on the Foglet to thin. I don't think we're winning this round, right? Like, we kind of knew that already, but we've got quite a lot from them. Tiger, Pavko, a leader charge is super good against us as well. And we've kept a strong hand, right? Like, this Beast will force a leader charge in rounds that Pavko's not down on the board, right? That's why I've not gone for it. And the Defender's just too good to throw away, I think. I'm honestly pretty happy with how this round's gone. We could have played a Dash to try and get a tool punish from them, but I think it's just held on to it here. Wow, full leader. That's really huge. This seems very questionable. They obviously have a hand that they don't want to replay many cards in. So this is just a really easy pass for us, of course. Seems like our opponents had a bit of a stinker here. We're so happy with this round. Do you still look like a Kelly deck? That's a good question. So we could roleplay as a Kelly deck a bit? No. With the Harpy Eggs and the Abia? No. You actually hit the lava again. We don't really have a great dry pass card here. I guess the egg isn't terrible, but we also don't have an abundance of Deathwish cards. Harpy's also fine, I guess. We do want a mulligan. Try and find some, well, my haunt, right? Bridge Shoal's a nice dry pass card. We could keep this hand, I guess. Like, I guess we just use the Harpy though if we're being realistic. I don't know what this guy's voice lines are saying. I seem to remember playing this card in beta in a Frost deck and never having played it in full release. So I'm glad it's 4 provisions now. It's still not like an auto include, but it's a risk reward card, right? There's the Anira, there's the Haunt. So we've got the Harpy. We've got 1 Deathwish card. We can Anira for another. I think we're just kicking the Harpy, right? Because we want to go like Idarran, Weavus. There's way too many good cards in our deck that we're going to ever Anira for Harpy. This hand seems pretty strong, pretty keepable. I'm going to not go for Idarran, unfortunately. I'm going to have to go for the Manticore, right? So that's a little bit of a bummer. But I think it's fine. We just definitely don't want to kick any of these cards. They're all too good. And this is like another example of where Caranthir on Beast is probably going to be the motive.
Would you rather I crushed your head or rip it clean off?
So if our Cave Troll is unanswered, we just go Caranthir into Beast and we just smurf. And also like Dash gives off 3 beasts we can have an extra tick. They have to answer Defender here. And I think you can see, like, this is why I'm not playing Renew. Like, we don't want to go all in on this card. It's kind of just a value play, right? But do we still go for Caranthir Beast there? So what we could do, we could go Caranthir Beast, but just give it a leader charge. Also, like, they've got this Defender, so it would suggest they're playing Engines, but then again, they have a Pavco. I mean, we could also be Caranthiring Maruna, right? It's not out of the question, so we don't necessarily have to go for it. No, we're never playing Idarran here, because we need second Deathwish to proc our Haunt. I think going Dash here might be fine.
Yield and save me some time.
We could have also just gone for Haunt, but it might let them get an engine down, whereas this like demands an answer, right? Okay. So Dash not answered straight away. Obviously, this can deal 3 damage. Unfortunately, I think this is like another example of why I was supposed to play Haunt at first. Because then I could like answer this with Maruna, right? So maybe the dash was a little bit premature here. Like, what we could do is just play Beast here. Because they can't kill both, right? They have to kill one or the other. We could go Caranthir Beast, maybe. I still think Caranthir on this Maruna looks pretty tasty, though, right? I'm just going to invest a second leader charge. Like, okay, we can get Curse of Corruption, but wouldn't you always Curse of Corruption the Defender rather than Heatwaving it? I know I would. I would always Curse the Defender and then Heatwave, hold the Heatwave. Because Curse can brick, Heatwave's always safe, right? So I'm making this play assuming they don't have another Tool Punish, but also, like, if they have another Tool Punish, then we just don't want to let this card die, right? But there's no way of boosting it here. So yeah, Dash looks like she is going to go through. Bit of an awkward one now. Obviously I want to get my Weavus down. Probably just never sticking though, right?
I sense your pain. I see your fear.
So maybe we weren't supposed to do this. Maybe we were just supposed to go Maruna here, right? Like we could have Caranthired Maruna, for example. Just tried to snipe one of these cards. They Scorch us, but that means that our incantation's going to stick here. So I think I just go for Maruna from hand. We can Caranthir Beast still, I guess. Because I just want to proc this, right? We could also just go Manticore and kill 2, but I kind of want to kill 2 things, right? It just seems better. Thank you. Come on, get it. Oh, boo. Hope you win the 50-50. Yes. I mean, how are we going to lose from this point, right? Like, I've still got this Caranthia beast that's not doing that much. But I've got a Manticore that's going to proc twice. Like, sure, the Caranthia beast in my hand at this stage in the game kind of sucks. Like, who flipping cares when I'm this far ahead? And, like, we didn't really see the full Weaver's value here, right? Because we didn't have, like, our Harpy Eggs, our Bridge Troll. But, like, you still see she's just kind of...
The only good human is a dead human.
Decent. That hurts. They have to kill their own card as well, though, I guess. That's something. Yeah, it's not enough still. They're still 21 points behind. Okay. First game. I mean, it went pretty well.
Best yield now.
Okay, Filth Guard. Probably not ideal for us. We've got Urn of Shadows, though. Our opponent's so intimidated before the game's even started. Obviously, the fact that I've got Carapace, probably the best leader ability against this. The Neckar's kind of nice. Bridge Troll could be good for the dash. I've got 1 Harpy. Could honestly kick it, I think. Like, what else am I kicking from his hand? Excuse me. Necker seems really good. I think I'm going to kick the Harpy, honestly. We could lose the Necker now. I've got a Lava. Hand seems pretty playable. Maybe we just lose the Bridge Troll. Bridge Troll could be nice, though. Ah, beautiful. Trade a Bridge Troll for a Bridge Troll. Just what I was looking for. So, we don't need to go dash first turn, right? We could go dash second turn here. We also just might decide we don't want to invest any needed charges in round 1 in this matchup. Not like this. Like with this Urn of Shadows, double Harpy Egg Abaya, do we really need to play dash? Don't we just win the round? It would be nice to win uneven. That's rude, man. I'm playing my dash. I can't be having that.
Don't make me laugh.
So this is an example of where the Bridge Troll could actually be super nice with dash, right? Okay, they're Vincent, sure. It was always going to sting. They're going to go for another Harpy Egg.
I never miss.
Honestly, like, this Necker was going to smurf here, right? But I ditched it. Feels bad. This Bridge Troll is pretty unplayable here. We're going to go Abia into Dreadwolf Warrior into pass. It's a lot of points. The Abia just playing for 10 here. It's actually going to play for 11 because it is going to thrive. Oh! So rude. Well, at least I've got a Bridge Troll. I don't know how the Bridge Troll works with a Consume. If it's going to buff this. I hope it doesn't. That's really bad if it does. It really is not good. Obviously, just not losing on even is the focus here. I mean, they played double Amnesty and Vincent. It's really not been a cheap round for our opponent here. And that's bricked. Okay, don't buff the Dreadwolf Warrior, please. Oh, no. That's not good. Uh-oh. That's pretty peak. Maybe if it was the other side, would it make a difference? I don't know. That's really fair. Oh, good game, man. What a load of bollocks. Oh, I'm actually fuming, guys. What a load of bollocks. What a stupid card. Oh, dear, guys. Oh, dear. What is this, man? Like, oh dear, guys, come on. This is not okay.
We enter the fray!
Obviously feel good. Thanks for the raid, man. We had a good stream, mate. Okay, Harpy's not a bad dry pass card. Those Bridge Troll. Oh, Harpy. No! The synergy is gone, guys. I decided to pass because I thought, well, maybe I can win down a card. I mean, it seems unlikely, but like, if they can't answer all my things. Obviously, I need to draw my Neuromancy, my Horn, my flipping Cave Troll. Not all of them, but some of them would be nice. Yeah, I mean, this is not looking great, is it? Okay, that's something. I guess we lose the Foglet here because I don't want to break it. So I have Haunt. No Beast, no Cave Troll. I mean, I think we just lose, right? We need to go for Cave Troll, so I can't go for Haunt. And I've got no Consumes if I do that, so we just drew really badly. Like, Horn and Cave Troll are probably the most two important cards in this matchup, and we missed them both. Like, I actually think we can't play Horn. I need my defender.
Oh dear. Have I something in my teeth?
I was supposed to go for Idarran first, probably, right?
There's order! And out feed!
She's rather hungry, you see.
Yeah, I don't think the main reason you play Renew is for the 5 incantations, it's for an extra defender. Like, that is an option, of course. But I think it's just too expensive. I mean, maybe it's the motive. But I think, like, playing a dash is going to win you more games than playing a Renew. Maybe I'm wrong, though. But also, like, we would have to cut some other cards, right, if we were to play Renew. Renew is the biggest consideration. I completely agree. Okay. I mean, maybe we're winning. But defender would have been nice. Also, I could have had an extra consume if I ordered slightly differently, right? These bridge trolls definitely feel a little bit wonky. There's no denying that. So, we should always just carapace one of these, right? Probably the one that's less likely to get invoed. Makes more sense.
A taste of Norkin, is it?
Hey, here we go! Big shout out to Fuchsia Breeze, what a boy. Oh! Wait, how is this gonna work with this spawning over here? We can only seize the 4, right? Surely that's the way it works. Is that the way it works, chat? Does anybody know? I need to be careful about how it will take the front. I hope so. Yeah, cool. That's a lot of points, guys. Let's go, Fuchsia. And now this Manticore, if left unanswered, is going to deal 3, right? Going to kill 3 things. I don't know why they've not used the leader, right, on my Weavers.
Enough! Let us finish this.
Oh, Vatia's too tall, guys. Oh, no. They flipping Joachim'd into Vatia. That's like the only way they could have countered us. That's actually such nonsense. I'm fuming. I don't have a consume either. Oh, rips.
I shall never be alone again.
Well, we lost. Vatia off Joachim. Kind of cheating. And obviously you can see overswarming a definite issue with this one. Especially with the Maruna edition. But we just lose because they high rolled us. Feels really good. That's a joke, by the way. It feels terrible. Okay. I mean, that's pretty nice. I mean, unfortunately, I've just given them more points. We just lose, right? Because this flipping Vatia, like, look at this, guys, though. Like, we just got high rolled into oblivion. Like, we just literally got completely and utterly BS. There's no skill involved here, guys. Like, my opponent just completely BS'd me this whole game. They got a 14-point mentor, so I lost on even. And then they Joachim'd into Vatia, the only way they could protect it. That is not a GG, guys. Absolutely not. This guy got destroyed. Got me lost. Alright. So we've got the harpy. Can we find the other one though? We're going first. We've got the harpy egg. Foglet's nice. I wish this Bruxa was a bridge troll cap. But I do wish this was an Eka. I'd much prefer a Necker here. I think honestly the Brooks has got to go here. Like I'm tempted to just kick the harpy, but obviously if I hit the other one I feel pretty dumb. Oh no, it happened! Actually happened. Okay, double cross. I mean, I could go for dash. Dash. I can't speak properly apparently. How are they going to answer my dash? Not very easy, I don't think. I guess they play Invo, but I'm not actually sure they do.
You talked enough.
This is where we wish we had a bridge troll, to be fair. They damage it and we go bridge troll into Urn of Shadows. Like, how is that even fair? Hello. That's unexpected. Actual Miller. So, if I didn't play Ciri, they could have summoned Ciri. This is in the wrong row, which feels really bad. Flipping row locked cards, man. So we want to win round 1 now. Round 1's just become a lot more important. Also, though, like, our Caranth is only good on Beast now. I guess Caranth is also not bad on Maruna, right? But we're going to go for that. We want to play Idarran too. But like winning this round just became a lot more important against Mill. But we also don't want to spend everything. I've got Haunt for next round. Try and win the round.
Oh, don't dare cross me, or my friend here will tear you to pieces.
Seems reasonable to me.
An interesting choice.
Could be worse. Like we're no longer winning even. They're like, oh come on, stop. They're getting nervous, obviously. We're not winning on even anymore, but we can still win the round, right, with this play. Kind of just secures the bag. We probably don't need to play the next beast. Yeah, we were going to win on even though if Dash went off, but they Vilgefortzed us. Uh-oh.
No one can hide from me.
No! They get to kill Cantarella. Wait, why would you not eat Manticore? Hello? Hello? Nah, I just don't think we need to play Beast at this point, right? Oh, synergy! Eat Cantarella. Yeah, I guess that could have been a motive.
Greetings. What is it?
Very sure we just don't want to eat the Foglet, right? Play it. Maybe I'm supposed to eat this still. Maybe I'm just being greedy. Hey, I mean, Beast just carries us through, right? Obviously, my man's thinned a lot of our deck, but we still have a second Beast. They use Leader as well. And against whatever this deck's called, Mill, we just want to win to it. Let's ditch the Foglets because they thin our deck. I don't want them. Oh, we find that Abia, beautiful. We'll just go for Haunt to begin with before it gets milled, let's be honest. Honestly, this Bruxa, I feel like I would actually prefer the Necker. I think the thing with Bruxa is like we've got lots of the 3s and 4s on our Thrive curve already, whereas like 1s are just nice, I think. Like I think Neckers are super underrated still. I don't think there's anything relevant to banish of ours. Like this Bruxa also just has some anti-synergy with the Manticore and stuff, right? So I think this Bruxa is getting kicked after one game in the deck. It's getting yeeted. I mean, we could Maruna here. A Nero was already banished though, right? They would have banished something else. I can take a look. See if we can work it out.
You'll forget
One of the beasts. In fact, one of the beasts is doomed, right? They give us a consumer, which is nice. This is another reason to have kicked the Foglet, right? Obviously, Manticore is quite good here, but I also want to get Beast down. Probably just take the Manticore, though. I think it's a bit ridiculous not to.
The moon, how bright it shines.
Okay, I mean, we're looking really solid. Just looking like we're cruising. A renew probably for Vilgefortz. Hopefully it hits a Foglet, that'll be nice.
You mistake stars reflected in
Ooh,
a pond
hello.
for the night sky.
Right, we go for Beast next. A little bit later than we would have liked. Again, this Brooks has just felt awkward the whole game, right? It's not Brooks' fault, it's mainly just the fact that I play like Manticore Maruna. It kind of doesn't really work that well. Ever happened to me? Maybe. It does ring a bell. I think you just try. Have you tried logging off and logging back in? Honestly, your best chance of getting it sorted, I reckon. And they forfeit. They didn't even want to see the Abia. Nice. So we beat Mill. I mean, that's a good sign. Losing to Mill wouldn't be a great sign, would it? Yeah, we get the nice victory. I mean, the deck's feeling pretty nice. Hopefully we can climb up with it a little bit.